You can cancel me for that. I don't care. It's just my opinion. Go ahead and cancel me.
No one gives a
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning somewhere!
for July 7th, 2026. I was so late on that. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there. She only has eyes for the sangria tap. It's Ashley Burns. Hi, Ashley, everybody.
That was a discovery I made this morning. We're now like halfway through our little holiday. And I found out this morning that there's a sangria on tap. And not only that, it's not like I have to ask a bartender for the sangria on tap. It's just out there. One thing that I'm loving about this resort is like how little they give a shit about things like drinking age. There are signs being like, you're not supposed to drink under 18, but there are a ton of like self-serve alcohol taps that serve things like sangria that are just, they're just there.
Do you think, though,
They're
that,
like, just don't do it.
that like, honestly, is that a problem for people under 18 currently? Are people under 18 like looking for ways to get booze? I just feel like it's not a thing.
Not
like it used to
maybe,
be.
probably not so much.
I think like, man, if this was
Not the way it was when we were growing up. When we'd be like, watch this.
well, yeah, 80s or 90s, there'd be like 15-year-olds like sneaking booze left and right. I just don't think that's a
15,
thing.
you waited that long?
No, that's what I'm saying. I just don't think it's a
I
thing
make
anymore.
jokes, but I didn't drink until I was like 23. I just never got around to it.
The thing that perplexes me about this place is the amount of time that we spend sunscreening. Like yesterday, or the first day we were here, was probably the first time in my life that I have ever put on SPF 50 plus and then reapplied it within like 2 hours.
Right, you take the lunch break and reapply.
Yeah.
And
And then wait
do-
for 15 minutes for it to soak in,
Yep.
go through the whole ritual and all that stuff.
Follow all the instructions on the tube. It's like you have to apply it thickly and then you have to wait and then you can look at the sun.
Have they done a study yet? Has anyone come out and said that spray sunscreen is bad for you?
I don't think so.
Like you're inhaling particles or anything like that?
Not that I've seen, but I wouldn't be surprised because whenever we do the spray sunscreen, there's just a mist in the room afterwards, and it's making sure that if our lungs see the sun, they will be safe.
Rogue, exactly. The sun makes its way down our trachea and gets into our alveoli, then we'll be fine.
Right, like if my insides suddenly become my outsides, I'll be dead, but at least I won't be sunburned.
Also, that's not the immediate danger with the sunscreen. So in order to apply sunscreen, we do it before we go out. Obviously, it wouldn't make much sense, right, to apply it in the sun. I guess you could, but then you'd already start sweating or whatever, and it'd start running off. Our approach to this is we put everybody in the bathtub and then spray them down with spray sunscreen. That is the most dangerous thing in our lives right now is that bathtub. It has like a coat of sunscreen on it. Did you step in there
I have.
today?
I haven't stepped in there today, but I stepped in there yesterday because I was hanging up the swimsuits to dry, and I was like, well, this is treacherous.
If NASA needs like a frictionless surface to test for anything at all, we've got it here in our hotel room. That bathtub is going to be a venue for the next X Games, I think. It could be. It is a dangerous item.
On the bright side, we've now discovered like what they can use like as a surfactant to make anything slippery in the world. You don't need any sort of like advanced materials. You just need spray sunscreen.
I did nothing when I was a kid. Nothing. It was like a routine part of my summer that I would peel, that all of my skin would come off. And I actually know what parts of my
There's all
body.
the stages.
Yeah, I know
Blister,
what parts
then
of
peel.
I know what parts of my body peel better than other parts, and that's not something I should know.
Not only that, but you would develop like over time techniques. Once you've got the sunburn and you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a peeler. And then you start moisturizing religiously so that you can peel those nice big strips as opposed to little dry, itchy, flaky bits. Like you would develop peeling strategies, right? You didn't develop strategies to prevent the sunburn. You wouldn't go out of your way and go, oh, let's put on sunscreen. No, you would just moisturize after the
And
fact.
every other kid in my school was the exact same way. It was like we were just peel, like all my friends.
Right. The difference is like now we're actually taking care of it. We're actually putting sunscreen on the children, for example. We're like, oh, you look a little pink. Let's take a break instead of like, don't come until it's dark. I don't care what you look like.
And we talked about this before, but when I was a kid, we used lotions to intensify the sun.
Right. Like it would like the oils.
Baby
like
oil.
And they would market themselves like this one's got like little crystals in it.
Prisms.
Prisms to further like, I don't know, enhance the sun and use the power of the rainbow to tan you.
You'd buy like the Hawaiian Tropic branded magnifying glass that you would sit under. Remember the reflector trays? Remember those?
I do. So that the underside of your chin could also get a nice tan.
People would sit on the beach with a goddamn metal reflector tray and reflect sun. Like they weren't getting enough. They would double the amount of sun. Like they're one of those solar arrays, right? Where they point all the mirrors at the one tower.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Now, if you see Hawaiian Tropic, because they do make sunscreen, and they've got like a whole lines of the stuff that also does protecting. But when you see that, do you still go like, nah, because it's too 80s, it's too like tied to your youth of dangerous sunning?
Yeah, the trust is gone at this point, right? I need a new brand. I know what you've been up to in the past, right?
Exactly.
Right. You left Germany and moved to Argentina. That doesn't change things. You're still culpable for what happened. But listen, I've been wearing SPF 50 twice a day for the last 2 days, and I'm just as tan as ever. Should I be worried about this?
Well, I mean, maybe you got a base tan from working in the garden.
I
something.
also looked up online. Base tan is apparently just something
myth?
we made up. Yeah,
That's like not a real thing at all.
it's like your skin is in distress when it starts to tan. It's like rushing to protect itself from the sun.
You know what the worst part is though? Like after a day of sun, I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I like the way I look when I've got a little bit of sun.
Yeah,
and
what is
wish
that?
I wish that wasn't the case because I know that's not good for me.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's tempting.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of like when you like the shitty TV dinner that you had when you were a kid? Isn't it along the same lines as that? It's really still not good, but you just love it because it's nostalgic kind of a thing?
Yeah, I guess so, except I don't think the TV dinner is going to give me cancer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, anyway, so we also got some grief. Other Brits were making fun of us for apparently discovering Ryanair. We did not fly on Ryanair. We flew on Jet2.com, which is the actual name of the airline. The name of the airline is a URL. That should tell you everything you need to know. Hearing the pilot say a URL, it's like, oh my
No,
God.
the best part of the entire experience though was like going into the bathroom on the airplane and it was playing the song from all the Instagram reels.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I always assumed that was like a a trope, like a tradition, like that's just a song that everyone decided goes with Jet2 Holiday silly joke reels. No, that's their music. It was on in the bathroom.
Can you imagine how sick the flight attendants are? We're sick of that, and we hear it like occasionally on TikTok and stuff like that. The "Darling, hold my hand," that song. They played it constantly on the plane, constantly, over and over and over again.
Just to make sure that like this is their song.
But now here, this is a service we provide. Is that now I can tell you these are really good travel deals if you can take advantage of them last moment. Jet2, we're literally on a Jet2 holiday. It's ridiculous.
But so is everyone else. And I love that they haven't stopped watching the World Cup while they're here on holiday.
Oh, why would they?
The sports bar last night was so packed that the resort had set up a bunch of tables outside around the sports bar and dragged a bunch of TVs out so the people who couldn't fit in the sports bar could still watch all the World Cup stuff. There was the Spain-Portugal match was last night, which had a lot of people here very, very excited. The U.S. versus Belgium match was like too late in the night to really, I think, be a good part of the sports bar resort experience. But Spain-Portugal was wild. People were locked in. I think every dad in the entire resort was there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was Ronaldo's last game because Spain, I think like in the first minute of stoppage time, I want to say it was just a few seconds into stoppage time, they scored the first goal of the match and ended up holding on to win and knocking Portugal out completely.
Yeah,
so the script is now thrown out the window.
Right.
What are the conspirators going to do?
Do you think is Spain in big trouble now? Like, are they going to sit all the Spanish players down and be like, "Look, you weren't supposed to do that.
Right.
This wasn't the agreement."
Now you all have to move to Portugal as well. I think everyone has now turned their attention to then the other loser for the night, which was that the USA
US.
lost to Belgium 4-1.
Not only that, but like this is a 2-level loss. Not only did the US lose to Belgium, but they lost to Belgium after the red card incident.
How
right?
much do you think English fans love the USA club? Because now literally everyone's cheering against the USA.
Right, like the U.S.
In
became
one
the
go.
villain instantly. But not only that, so the U.S. player gets red carded, gets brought back into the game for this match against Belgium. All the Belgium fans were really upset about this. They felt it was very, very unfair. And then the U.S. lost to Belgium. It was 4-1, right?
It was 4-0 at one point, and then they ended up losing 4-1. So it was a brutal beating.
And so not only did they lose, but like it's like everyone's like, you cheated and then you lost spectacularly.
Yeah,
so it's like that makes it like extra bad.
It does make you wonder what if, right? Like if they didn't have him, what would the score have been? 6-0, you know? I know he's apparently a scorer, but
So 4-0 maybe?
maybe 4-0. Yeah, maybe 4-0. But it was, I was reading some of the responses on some of the boards, and it was pretty unilaterally like people were happy to see the U.S. go out.
I mean,
and gleeful about it.
I'm not surprised.
The most positive thing I read there is that Belgium had defended the honor of football, which is like, yowza.
Okay.
You don't want to be on the downside of that. Well, anyway, we finish out the round of 16 today. The matches today are, who's up? Argentina versus Egypt, and then Switzerland versus Colombia.
And then based on who wins in those two matches, they're gonna fill out the final quarterfinals matches.
Yes.
And then we're into
Round
the
of 8.
quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So it's getting there. You know what I was thinking about this morning, Bernie, is do you remember like a week before the World Cup started and we were like, people don't really seem excited about the World Cup.
No, true.
Is there
Yeah.
is this
We said
like
the same
as
thing
big
about the
as
Olympics too, though, didn't we?
I think so. It's like they kind of like snuck up on us, I guess. Or we were like, people weren't really talking about it yet. Now, fans in Scotland were saying, well, that's because there's a lot of like local matches and national matches still playing. We'll get excited for the World Cup when the World Cup starts. And I was like, is that how you do that? And it was how they do that. But it's been really fun to be somewhere where a lot of people are supporting a lot of different teams and see them all be excited about all the different games. Bernie, with your hand up.
Thank you for calling on me. It's also exciting to be somewhere where I took one step closer in my robot journey to seeing my first ever bipedal robot.
You
I
did.
saw my
You
biggest,
did take a step.
I saw my. It wasn't. It did. I haven't hit my goal yet of seeing a bipedal robot working in public, or just not on a video. Basically, I see it with my own two eyes. I saw the biggest robot I've ever seen working. It was this giant, like square robot that was carrying dishes.
It was a dish rack on wheels.
It was a dish rack on wheels. Like they would just load it up with dishes
And then it would like
from the dining hall.
and then it would take all of the dishes to the kitchen. But it's funny because no one knows how to interact with robots, especially big, dish racks on wheels at the moment. And so they'll like walk in front of it, walk around it. And the robot's navigation seems to be pretty touchy, right? It's not about to risk running into a guest.
It's not aggressive.
So it's like, it's very like, it'll go forward like 2 inches and then stop.
Right.
And then it'll go forward 2 inches and then stop.
And
we
also-
watched it go like 5 feet in one go. And we were like, you got this, buddy.
Also, people yesterday, we were talking about our holiday. They took the pathway I expected. They were like, you motherfuckers, getting to like get on and go on a plane and go take a trip last minute. And then they heard that it was all kids and they're like, no, thank God. I'm not. I said in the comments, I go, this resort setup is perfect because it's about, would you say it's probably more than 50% kids?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Because I feel like all the families here have at least 2 kids. At least.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of new families here. We did see the honeymooners that we're very confused by.
Yeah.
We didn't see them. They're still phantoms. We just saw their room with a label on the door. Is that a warning to
We
others?
saw their door. We didn't go in their room. I just want to be clear about that.
No, but it's like they put the resort puts this lovely like happy like honeymooners like sign up on their door. It's this beautiful ribbon that goes across it. And it's like, is that a warning to others? What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah. We saw this other couple that was apparently selling pineapples in their room, but they were upside down. We didn't get any pineapples when we went in there, though.
We just took the pineapples and ran.
But when I told people that, it was 50% kids at least, they were like, oh, thank God I'm not here. So this setup is really perfect for the people that are here, and it's really perfect for the people that are not here. Like, you be happy that this place exists.
They've collected all the children into one place.
It works
that
for
you
everybody.
don't have to be.
Ashley, it works for everybody. But I was super happy watching those kids try to like not touch the robot. It's just impossible. And I know that in like 10 years or 20 years, we will be annoyed by the robot. But now it's a novelty, right?
Right.
Everyone.
The first time you see it is like really like, wow, this is a moment. And soon we're gonna be like, God damn robot, get out of the way.
I'm sure people have already who live in cities have gone through that with the DoorDash robots. Where they're
yeah, like those little guys like waiting at the crosswalk or something.
Oh my God, a little robot. This is so cute. And now they seem like, get the fuck out of the way, you fucking robot. Who
like,
ordered
this
Taco
sidewalk
Bell?
is not this wide.
Who the fuck orders Taco Bell at 4:30 p.m.?
Why is there a robot bringing someone movie theater popcorn?
Can I say something too while we're talking about the gig economy stuff? This kind of plays into how we're moving away from digital media and going more towards physical. And meanwhile, the corporations are trying to get as far away from physical media as they can so they can have all these crazy rules with their licenses and everything like that. Do you want to talk about the Xbox layoffs now that have been announced at all? Do you have any info about that?
They have started to announce Xbox layoffs, and they're going to be pretty severe. I know Double Fine has announced that as a studio, they're going independent again. They're looking for buyers for the State of Decay studio. I'll pull up a full list.
This is a new trend in business, which I kind of like. If there's a ray of sunshine in this, is that they don't just go, well, this is a wholly owned asset, so we're just going to let everyone go and just hold this asset with an iron grip. A lot of these big companies are actually letting stuff go. Like, this isn't making money for us. So if you guys who run this thing want to give it a try, I actually don't know what the deal is with Double Fine. And what was the other one? Compulsion?
Compulsion. So here we go. Keeper and Psychonauts developer Double Fine and South of Midnight developer Compulsion are going to return to management and transition to independent game studios with their IP, catalog, and runway for the next game. So they're being basically given their studios and their IP back.
It's really a good trend that they turn the IP back over to the creators to go independent. It worked out, I think, really well for the individuals making content at Rooster Teeth. And now they get to go independent. Bungie did this, like 5-6 times?
Bungie as a studio has like sold itself and bought itself back more times than any studio I've ever heard of.
It's insane. It's insane. They would be wholly owned and then be independent and then be wholly owned again. I don't know how they pulled it off. It's pretty amazing. But now it seems to be a trend. So that's a ray of sunshine in that. But still, what were the total number of cuts? Last time I read it was like
3,200 is the total cuts, and that's at Xbox. It's actually greater at Microsoft. It's like 4,800 across Microsoft, but Xbox is bearing the brunt of that with 3,200.
Right.
And additionally, Hellblade developer Ninja Theory, State of Decay developer Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow Senua and State of Decay 3. So basically, they're shopping for buyers, but once again, they'll take their IP with them. Deathloop and Dishonored developer Arcane is, quote, beginning required consultation with its works council to review potential strategic options. So that one's also on the chopping block somehow, but that seems slightly less clear.
It's when I think about the loss of those jobs, it's really tough in any industry to have those cuts and lose those jobs. But there was also talk of the positions just going away, right? Like the industry itself is shrinking. But then also it's like if you lose your job at Xbox, working on Xbox, marketing Xbox, designing for Xbox, whatever the position is, where you go? Like it's not such an easy leap or step to the side to find another job, regardless of the current economy. It's just like those other jobs. There's no other competing companies with Xbox anymore.
Right. It's a tough time now more than ever because there's not a lot of new jobs that are coming open. So it's just shrink.
But speaking of the DoorDash robots, Ashley, it led me to think too. It's like think about the gig economy in general. I am completely done with Airbnb, just like digital media. There was a period in my life where it's like, oh my God, Airbnb is amazing.
This is the future. This is the way it's always going to be.
I don't have to go to a hotel. I can rent a cool space in a city and go there. And it's not a boring little hotel room. I get a whole house and everything. And over time, I didn't realize it, like the frog in the boiling pot of water, how terrible the Airbnb experience had become, where it's like, I've got to take out trash and I've got to like do all this stuff. And then I got to pay you a cleaning fee on top of everything else. Over time, Airbnb just became a giant pain in the ass.
Well, it was also one of the one of those situations where it wasn't always clear up front what the combination of labor and cost was going to be. So it would look like a very cost-effective option when you book it. And then they add the additional fees and everything on top of that later. And you're like, oh, whoa. This was supposed to be the affordable alternative to a hotel. Now it costs more than a hotel, and I have to work more.
And it's way more inconvenient than everything else. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have nearly the amount of services that a hotel does.
Right. I'm glad that I have a kitchen, but also I can't
Yeah.
I can't pop down to the lobby cafe or whatever.
Right. And it's like then I got to figure out how to work your combo locks and all this stuff, and I don't have access to the thermostat and everything else. I'm on full lockdown. Yeah, so I'm back around now. I'm a hotel guy again. In some places, I still can't figure out why, if we want to take a trip to Edinburgh, a hotel in Edinburgh is £600 a night. I just can't figure that out.
For no real reason. Like
It's a nice city.
It's just the room.
Yeah, it's just a room.
It's just the room, and Edinburgh is so expensive to go to. Not just during, like I would expect it during something like Fringe Festival where
Right.
there's a lot of tourists coming in, but it's just always like that.
It's pretty crazy. If you want to stay anywhere like in the middle of town where everything is essentially, and not out in the suburbs, hotel room in Edinburgh is really expensive, but you can find Airbnbs for pretty cheap. So I guess I'll have to have a hybrid model in the meantime. All right, Ashley, who is booking a Groupon with us to our Airbnb while we get DoorDash?
I want to say congratulations to Andrew Zegelbaum and Pete Rolfe for scoring a killer deal and sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
All right, that does it for us today, July 7th, 2026. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.